What if I told you that before time even began, before the universe as we know it even existed, you, yes, you, made a promise. A really profound, eternal promise that, according to the sources, is literally the foundation of your entire existence. Okay, let's dive into this.
It all comes back to this one single, incredibly powerful question. And this wasn't asked in our world, this was in a spiritual realm, way before creation. The Creator posed this question to every single human soul that was ever going to exist. Imagine that, all of us, gathered for this one critical moment.
And that moment, that event, has a name, the Alast. You can think of it as the Primordial Covenant. It was this foundational agreement, this unbreakable, eternal pact made between the Creator and all of us, setting up the very basis of our relationship with the divine before we ever took a single breath in this world.
So to really get a handle on this incredible piece of our spiritual history, we're going to walk through 5 key parts. We'll start with the promise itself, then look at how it's basically coded right into our identity. After that, we'll see how the world kind of veils that memory, how we get a divine reminder to help us out, and finally, what it actually looks like to live out that promise today.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's really try to imagine that moment before time. Every single soul, past, present, and future, all of us gathered together in one place, before one presence, to witness this single, foundational truth.
And when that question was asked, am I not your Lord? Every single soul, yours, mine, absolutely everyone's, answered back in perfect unison with this powerful affirmation. In that one moment, in our shared spiritual history, every one of us recognized our Creator and acknowledged our purpose.
Now here's where it gets really, really interesting. This isn't just some ancient story from a time we can't even imagine. No, this pre-creation covenant has a direct and pretty profound impact on who you and I are right here, right now.
The sources tell us that this promise is literally coded into our spiritual DNA. It's part of what's called our fitra, our innate natural disposition. What that means is the pull to recognize something greater, that deep-seated desire to seek truth, to feel a connection to the divine. Well, that's a fundamental part of being human. It's like a memory that's imprinted right onto our very soul.
But that brings up a huge question, right? If this recognition is so deeply embedded in us, if it's part of our core programming, then why do we forget? Why does this profound memory get so fuzzy or sometimes feel completely lost as we go through life?
Well, this is where we see the central conflict, the real tug-of-war. On one side, you have your soul's true purpose. It's totally aligned with worship, with goodness, and with truth. But on the other side, you've got these incredibly powerful distractions of the world, our own ego, our nafs, those endless worldly desires, and of course, the constant chase for wealth and status. All of these things act like a thick veil, clouding and obscuring that original promise that's coded inside of us.
So, how in the world do we pierce through that veil of forgetfulness? How do we reconnect with that original purpose that we all agreed to? Well, thankfully, we're not just left on our own to try and figure it all out. There's a guide.
The sources really emphasize that divine guidance, and specifically the Quran, is meant to be a powerful reminder. See, its purpose isn't to introduce some strange foreign concept. It's to reawaken what our souls already know. It's calling out to us, asking us to look past all the temporary glitter of this world and remember the real reason we're here.
All right, so let's bring this all home. Let's see how this incredible spiritual history builds a practical roadmap for living a life filled with purpose, a life where we're consciously honoring this ancient sacred covenant we all made.
So, here's the key. Reconnecting isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous, ongoing process. The sources lay out these 4 key steps. First, to consciously remember the covenant. Just bring it to mind. Second, to constantly seek forgiveness and turn back to the Creator when we slip up. Third, to strengthen that connection through things like prayer. And finally, and this is so important, to validate that ancient oath with our good deeds, making our actions prove that we still mean that yes we once said.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. The Alast isn't just some forgotten piece of our spiritual history. It's a living reality that's meant to guide our present, right now. So the real challenge for all of us is this. In all the small moments and the big decisions of our everyday lives, how can we actively choose to remember and to live by this great promise that we all made before time even began?